When The Source first caught up with Tim Hicks back in 2012, he was still transitioning from playing covers in bar bands to recording and touring his own music. 2 albums and a CCMA Rising Star Award later, he brings his Get a Little Crazy tour to the Scotiabank Convention Centre in Niagara Falls for a sold-out and triumphant homecoming show.
People ask me all the time, what's it like? You know, what's it like when you get to the national level, whatever? I always say the same thing. I always say I'm working harder than I've ever worked, and it's kind of like being on a roller coaster that never shuts off. And that's not a complaint, because I'm loving the ride. You know, it's just it's different than working in bars. You know what I mean? There's always something else to do, and it's always different, which is what makes it exciting. You know, whether it's writing, recording, or traveling, or playing shows, or whatever it is. So, but I'm having a really great time.
Your story, a lot of it focuses on the fact that you played in those bar bands, playing covers all those years, rock and roll covers.
Yeah.
And now you're here at this level playing your own music in front of big crowds.
Yeah.
What's that like?
That's the best part about it is, you know, having done the cover thing for so long, and I don't regret 1 second of that. I mean, that really put me in a position to be able to handle, you know, everything that has happened in the last little while. But that's the best part for me, is being able to go out every night and play my own songs. And you know, when you play a crowd where people sing your songs back to you, that's all you could ever ask for as an artist.
Up for 8 trophies at the 2014 CCMAs, Tim was shocked to hear his name as winner of the Rising Star Award.
It's one of those things where, you know, all those years of work culminated into that one moment, and it was emotional. Like, I had my wife next to me, and you know, they said my name, and I had to ask her if it was real. I was like, did they just say my name? She's like, yeah, get up there. You know, it was one of those nice moments where, you know, you get recognized by your peers and recognized by the industry and recognized at a national level. It was unbelievable, you know, and I hope that it's not the last time that I get to win a CCMA award, but if it is, I'll die a happy man. I mean, that was a really exciting night.
Hicks originally planned this tour earlier, but pushed it back to open shows on a cross-Canada tour with Dierks Bentley. It was a great learning experience for him and his band.
Getting to talk to guys that have been there and done that was really valuable, because this whole thing doesn't come with a manual. You know, no one says, okay, here's your record deal, and by the way, this is how things are going to go from now on. You got to kind of make it up as you go along, and some days you win and some days you lose, is what I've learned.
How do you handle? You have 2 young kids.
The hardest thing, man. It's
ages 4 and 3.
4. My son just turned 4, and my daughter will be 3 in March, and yeah, I mean, that is the hardest thing about this whole ride, is being away from them. And I'm thankful that I live in an age where I can FaceTime home. We can be in contact every day. We can wave and talk and tell me about your day. And, you know, it'll never replace a hug or, you know, tucking them in at night, but it's the next best thing. And it's all they've known as well, you know what I mean? And my wife too, I mean, she's been around since we knew, she was my cousin's best friend when we were growing up, when we were kids. So she's seen this whole thing happen from the time I was 10 years old.
What's it like coming home and playing a big show like this right here in your hometown?
Unbelievable. You know, it's, we've been waiting a long time to do the hometown show, and I kept telling my team, I've got to do it, we got to do it, and they kept saying, you know, when the time is right and when we have the right venue and, you know, blah, 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 all this stuff. So all the stars happen to align, and we're just so excited. I've got Rob Wells with me. He's from St. Catharines as well. All my guys are from Southern Ontario, whether it's Hamilton or Pickering or downtown Toronto. We're all from this area. We all have friends and family coming to the show, and it's exciting, you know, because what I've been saying is, which is 100% true, we get to kind of show it off a little bit. Like, this is what we've been working on when we go to Vancouver to play, or when we go to Saskatoon to play. You know, we get to bring this train home now and have a bit of a celebration.
Tim Hicks will be taking some time off over Christmas. Then he'll head down to Nashville to write and record for a new album. Reporting for The Source in Niagara Falls, I'm Mike Balsom.